Then this one, maybe it's I don't know. So on one I can hook there. Yeah, yeah. So absolutely, you could do. Let's say on event begin play. Let's say you wanted it to wait 5 seconds and then run this. Boom. So, yep. So basically what you could do if you wanted to do that. So let's say you wanted just the camera to move. Uh, After 5 seconds, you wanted to be able to set the camera to move, or let's go with 3 seconds. That way it's not running too far. There we go. Boom. And let's say you wanted to use escape as a, or not escape, but you wanted to use spacebar. Oh wait, that'll be consumed because I have consume input on that other thing. Tilde? Yeah, let's do that. Boom, press tilde. You now can go. And we'll do this. This will be a practical example. See, cube. I want to make sure that everything is set to movable. So we've got our cube. Right now, it does nothing, right? Well, let's say when I tell it to, I want it to add actor location, or sorry, actor location. Get actor location plus, let's say 10. And the target is self. So this will only fire off when I tell it to. Rotation. Set actor rotation. One. Or sorry. Boop, boop, boop. So we're going to have this right here. So after 3 seconds, if I did this correctly, this should start spinning. Then if I press tilde, it will be consumed. Okay, I need a better button. Okay, let's press caps lock. Yeah, caps lock will work. It's right here. So again, after 3 seconds, starts to go. Press caps lock. Really? Why are you doing this? Yep, looks like it's consumed as well. Okay. Oh, wait. I did not enable player input. That might be part of the problem. And I'll just switch it back to 1 for now. Doesn't matter. Like, the input that you choose doesn't actually matter. Okay, so Let's try this again. Start spinning, press 1, it starts going. Now, I believe the second question you had was how to invert the axes without actually going in here, going to project settings, going to input, axis mappings, boom, right? I believe that was the case. Is it good practice to not leave empty pins in sequence? It depends. It depends on what you're looking for. It's not gonna hurt anything, but in general, it's a good idea to just kind of keep it to a minimum for cleanliness reasons. I don't think it will impact performance, but I can't be certain on that. At least not right off the top of my head. However, if you're talking about like so in a sequence here, if you have like this, um, yeah, I would say this, while it probably won't hurt anything, it's really ugly. And especially if you're planning on doing something like, let's say you decide eventually to go into a marketplace thing, like if you're trying to sell assets and whatnot, I, as a Blueprint consumer, would not like that because it gets in the way of me being able to read what's going on in the Blueprint. That's my personal opinion, and I can't speak for everyone. But for me, I want to make sure that, like, if I'm going to buy something, I want to make sure I can read it and that I can understand what they're doing. And if you have, like, all this stuff here, then it's like, well, why? Why do you have that? Or something that would drive me nuts is if you were like this. This would bother me a lot. um, Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, what was here? What, like, was it important? Did it just get removed? That kind of stuff. So, for cleanliness reasons, I would say keep it to a minimum if you can. If you absolutely need them, of course, I understand, but in general, I would say probably best to not have them. Um, that, and anyone who's been here before will tell you I am OCD. I like straight lines as many as I can. Freaking, I will. I sit here, and especially if I get frustrated with something, I will straighten everything as much as possible or make it organized. Yeah, it's just personal preference mostly. And if you're not planning on doing that, like if you're just planning on packaging and sending out the game or whatnot, do whatever makes you most comfortable. That's what matters. Like, whatever works for you as long as you get a product out. Okay, what was I? Right, right. Axis values. Axis values. So I'm going to have to plug in my controller for this, which I will do in just a moment. Because if I plug it in now, it will be all weird and shit, and I don't want to deal with that. Let's see, where is my character blueprint? First person character. Okay, so this is actually really easy. If I remember correctly, it should not be difficult at all. Input axis, move forward, move right. So we're going to have two different ways to do this, and let's say, or we're going to need two different things here. Okay, there we go. Move it out here so I can see, because I need to stretch this out a little bit, stretch this down a little bit. So the way to do invert, let's start with just doing it, and then we will. All right, I believe it should be the same, but we will go ahead and do it this way for sake of time. We'll just do it with the mouse input, but it should fundamentally be the same. Boop. Yep, I'm gonna do the game, like, I'm gonna test it on the controller as well, but this should be, like, for invert, yep, this is pretty much all you should need, I believe. Let's see. Yep. Looking down, dragging my mouse down and looking up. Left is right, right is left. And if I plug in my controller, which I believe I have a USB port available. Where are you, you little bastard? That is not working. Okay. Sorry, I can barely see, so it's a little difficult. Where are all of my additional USB ports? I know you are up here somewhere. That and my computer's above my head, so it's a little challenging to find. Pull this out here. You'll have to stay in a little while. There we go. Okay, so whee. So if I did this correctly, that is okay. So it seems to not be. No problem. I am very happy to help. Let's see. So that's mouse input. Let's see. Stick input. Oh, not left thumbstick. I need right thumbstick. Right thumbstick. X-axis, which I believe is turn, and then lookup is right Y axis. So this should perform the same functionality here. Boop. There we go. So yeah, literally inverting is a single node. It's a single number. Let's see, stick inputs. I had actually, I believe, taken out the stick input here because we weren't. Oh, yeah, this is where someone actually did the. Oh, yeah, I could have just used the. Well, damn it. Yeah, I didn't even realize that I still had that in this project because I remember one of the projects I had pulled it out. Anyways, really, like this does the same thing. This is just more specific, or more like this is the actual button. Blah blah blah. Okay, so yeah, even still, you could take this and go boop. Or actually, I would probably do this here. -1. What you're doing is you are taking the value and literally inverting it by multiplying it by a negative singular value because you're getting the exact opposite of what you're looking for, or what you have initially. So in this case, with the turn rate, left being left, you want it to be right. In this case, this is obviously not generally the case, but you want up and down, you want down and up. So let's say you wanted just inverted y-axis or inverted y controls, right? So in this case, left and right are still going to be the same, and this should be. Why aren't you working? Okay, okay. You want to play rough? You want to play rough? We'll play rough.